Hi, my name is PJ Benson. I live in a condo on Summit Avenue. Like many other Summit Avenue homeowners, I take pride in where I live, and I do that for myself and for my community. I'm an average earning county employee.
I bike Summit Avenue 9 out of 10 days of the year, all year long. Contrary to the assertion of previous speakers, Summit Avenue is bikeable in the winter. I love bike lanes. I am strongly opposed to the Summit Avenue bike trail.
I am a member of the Park and Rec Commission. I was one of the 3 that voted against this plan. And there were tons of Zooms. I read the reports. I did everything. And I couldn't come away with supporting it because of the overwhelming opposition to it. I heard people oppose it much like tonight, almost like exactly, like it felt like 90 to 10 from everyone I talked to. There's still opportunity, I think, for sides to come together, and they should. And so I encourage you to vote no and take the time to really take everybody's input into account.
The volunteer organization, Save Our Street, has obtained nearly 3,000 signatures in opposition of this proposed trail design. Over 75% of these people do not live on Summit Avenue. As this diagram shows, this plots where they live.
We know Summit is for everyone. I see myself as a steward, as do many other residents.
Say no to spending on duplicating an amenity we already have, a perfectly safe bike lane on Summit Avenue.
There have been 0 fatalities and 0 serious injury-related crashes on Summit Avenue in the last 3 years.
Safe. Bikers account for 3% of fatal impacts in Ramsey County. Pedestrians account for 35%.
Narrow the drive lanes, add a buffer, use high-vis paint and markings to denote bike lanes, let grandma and the toddlers bike on the sidewalks.
Tonight and the last 2 years seem disingenuous when it comes to public engagement. Other alternatives don't seem to have been fully considered. It seems as though it was Summit Avenue or nothing.
The money to build this proposal would be better spent to put biking facilities in areas that don't have any, or focus on the option to extend the Minneapolis Greenway across the Short Line Bridge.
Say no to putting in jeopardy hundreds of trees.
Despite their own consultants' advice, the entire segment of Summit Avenue west of Lexington to the river will lose 3 feet on each side of the road, cutting into the boulevard and the median.
For the 950 trees at risk along Summit Avenue, we estimate $327,750 per year in economic consequences. That is a tremendous loss. Minneapolis is planting 200,000 trees. We're uprooting trees. I think our friends across the river have the right of it. Thank you.
As good as it all sounds, having a raised bike trail separated from traffic, the implications could be devastating to the Summit Avenue historic designation.
Reconstructing Summit Avenue does not need to impact trees. It's the added construction of the separated bike path that would cause the catastrophic tree loss.
Called horizontal directional drilling, or HDD.
It's the more modern, advanced method to rebuild roads and replace water, sewer, and utilities.
I asked the council for a little bit of grace because if this proposal goes through, I'll most likely be out of business. We were very involved in historic preservation from the very get-go. I was asked to be on the Design Advisory Committee. I was happy to do it. We weren't listened to at all.
This bike path will not only impact my business, but my women's lives and their ability to feel safe walking to their home.
A woman after dark, a woman like me, is in her most dangerous place when she's walking from her wherever on Grand to her car. When you remove parking spaces, you add distance and you add danger.
This is a safety issue for the many residents who live in apartments, condos, and multi-family homes, and who rely on that straight parking.
I lost my leg in June of 2007, and even before then I was aware of the parking problem, but now it's become critical for me. If Susie's not driving, I have to, at that point, sometimes not go to any of those businesses there.
The whole idea seems to be designed for those who are young, able, and strong. The rest of us can fend for ourselves.
We're thinking of eliminating 4.5 miles of parking And the solution that I heard again tonight was, we'll have to think of some community parking or something. That's our plan? We can't do that.
And I urge everyone here to keep pushing, and because when things are in concrete, you'll be unable to change it. But right now is the time to push.
I agree with a lot of the bikers here. I have served on boards with them, but this plan isn't there. It is much too divisive. It has made too much controversy over something that should be celebrated. We should be investing. This should be an amenity, and yet all these people are here saying this is going to hurt this renter, it's going to hurt, this business, it's going to cause problems, and it shouldn't do that.
Everybody in this room, I believe, wants the same thing. What's the best thing for Summit Avenue on the bike lane? Everybody wants it. Let's give this a chance. Just hold this for a few months and give it a chance. Thank you.